All right, so here we're going to find the term that should be added to x squared minus 8 to form a perfect square trinomial. All right, so how do we do that? Well, our b is negative 8, so we're going to take that and divide it by 2, and then we're going to square result. We saw this earlier in another example in the previous section, and so this is what we do. We take b squared, our b divided by 2, the quantity squared, and so that gives us 16, so we're going to add 16 to this, and so this is going to be what it is, and so now we can factor that into the x minus 4 times x minus 4, the quantity squared. All right, so here we want to solve the equation. So what are we going to do? We have to factor, or what we can do is write it into this form, and then complete the square, and then it'll be a lot easier. All right, so again, it's going to be 16. We know that. So we're going to add 16 here. So if we add 16 here, we have to add it here. And so what does that do? Well, that gives us 3 on this side and this on this side. Take the square root of both sides. And so it's plus or minus square root of 3. Now we take and add 4 over here. And so that's going to be our solution. So we have 4 plus square root of 3, 4 minus square root of 3. And if they want the actual value, it's going to be now this case they want it to the hundredth, 5.73 or 2.27. And again, it doesn't say to get it to this one. So if you have the exact value, that would be that. If they say it around it to the hundredth, we have those values. All right, so here we're supposed to solve the equation z equals 2x squared plus 7 plus 8x plus 2. So again, let's take that 7 to the other side. And then let's factor out a 2, or divide by 2. I guess that'd be the easiest way, I guess. I was thinking about factoring by 2. And so now we have this. So now we have 4 divided by 2 is going to be 2 squared is going to be 4. And so now what we do, we add 4 here, add 4 here. Now we're going to have a fraction on this side, but that's okay because it's a simple fraction. It's just a half. Now we factored that. That's easy to factor. That's just x plus 2, the quantity squared. Now we take the square root of both sides, and then we subtract 2. And so we have x is minus 2 plus or minus the square root of 2 over 2. Now, what they did here is they rationalized the denominator, and so they multiplied by the square root of 2 over the square root of 2. And so the square root of 2 over square root of 2 is 2, and then square root of 2 times 1 is the square root of 2. And so that's what they've done at this point here. And so then we get this. Now, again, if they want it to the hundredth place, and we just plug that into our calculator and we get a minus 1.29 or a minus 2.71. Again, depending on if they want the exact value, so they'll tell you exact or to the hundredth. Okay, so again, depends on what they ask for. All right, so here it says solve the equation for the specified variable. So here they want us to solve for x. Well, to solve for x, we're first going to have to divide by 16. And then we have to take the square root of both sides. And remember, when you take the square of this side, it's plus or minus. So it's plus or minus that over that. Well, the square root of 16 is 4, so it's going to be plus or minus square root of w over 4. And that's basically as far as we can go on that one. All right, let's stop there and come back for